Hey, what's up, y'all? It's me, Deja Vu. You know, I'm always in the studio. Got a little situation, but that's okay. We got your girl, April Showers, in the building today. Woo woo!
Hey, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for having me, Deja. I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you for being here with us.
And even with the mask, you are still slaying.
Listen, we still got to do what we got to do.
Women, wow.
Listen, the work never stops, right? But I wanted to talk to you. We've had you here in the studio before talking to us about your business and your brand. I want to get a deep dive, though. April, talk to us about how you came up with Afro Unicorn and what were you doing prior to the launch of this fabulous product?
So I launched Afro Unicorn in 2019 as a women empowerment brand. Prior to, I was an insurance agent and a licensed real estate broker. And a friend kept referring to me as a unicorn. And when I asked him why, he goes, well, April, you're running the businesses, you're raising your boys, you are a unicorn. I started to use the emoji in our phones after I realized that unicorns were unique. They were mystical. I said, I'm definitely unique. I'm set apart. I'm all things Black girl magic.
Yes.
But then after a while, the unicorn just didn't look like me when I started to use the emoji in my phone. I'm like, I want one to look like me. So I went out to go find one. I couldn't, and I decided to create it. And in creating the avatar for myself and the different shades, I said, you know what? There's probably a lot of women out there who may have been like me dealing with imposter syndrome, and I want to go find my tribe of unicorns.
Yeah.
So it started with me just wanting to create this movement of boss women that can identify with being a unicorn, knowing that we are set apart. I mean, because look at you, you're showing up to work with everything that you have going on in full slay.
Girl.
Because we're unicorns.
Yeah.
And then it became this kids brand when Walmart found the brand a couple of years later when it went viral.
But wait.
Yes.
Let's talk about that because, okay, so you came up with it. How did you initially get the word out to people about Afro Unicorn? Was it the grassroots movement? How did that go?
It was very grassroots, very organic. I did a launch party with 25 women at my home to birth Afro Unicorn. That was April 28th to tell them my idea that I was creating this platform where women could basically lean on each other, support each other, and I'm giving you this avatar, this shirt called Afro Unicorn. I took photos of them. We did a video question interview where I asked them, what would you tell your younger self? What is Black girl magic to you? When you hear the words Afro Unicorn, what comes to mind? Because they had never even heard the word before. It was my first time presenting it.
Yeah.
And so from there, I was able to take that content when I launched on Instagram. But before that, I didn't have Instagram that day. I wasn't on social media at all.
At all?
At all. Everyone was like, okay, so what's the Instagram account? What's the hashtag? I had no clue. That was April 28th. I did know I was going to launch the online store on May 17th.
Okay.
On May 9th, May 10th, my son got very, very ill. Very ill. Till the point where I had to call the paramedics to come pick him up. He was 8 years old at the time.
Oh, my gosh.
And when we got to the hospital, his lipase levels, which should have been under 200, were at 17,000.
What's lipase?
Lipase is something with the intestines. I really don't even know what it is, but it was supposed to be under 200. He was at 17,000 because he couldn't keep anything down.
Oh, my gosh.
So I kind of wanted to put Afro Unicorn on a halt because I was set to launch in a couple of weeks, but I didn't know his condition.
Your baby was sick?
My baby was sick. But within 48 hours of me getting to the hospital, there were 3 people on different places in the U.S. sending me different messages about you have to launch that brand or whatever you were working on when you said you were going to launch it. So my son ended up being in the hospital for almost 21 days, about 20 days.
Oh, my goodness.
So I learned Instagram while I was in the hospital. So to go back to your question about how did I grow it.
Come on. So listen, you talking about what I'm doing. What were you doing? Your son is in here in his hospital bed and you're like, Mama got to work.
Yeah. So
wow. So self-taught, you taught yourself how to do it.
I self-taught how to find my audience. I was able to find people who identified as Black unicorn through hashtags or women entrepreneurs or serial entrepreneurs. I would go into their comments and I would say, hey, have you ever seen an Afro unicorn before? I created a brand of women of color who hustle, follow the movement. And then when they would go to the page, they would see the women that from my party. I would post them separately and say, hey, meet Deja. She she's on the radio during this time, but she also does XYZ, and this is what makes her unique, divine, and magical. And make sure you follow her platform. And then people just saw that there was this movement, and if I got an Afro Unicorn shirt, I will be featured on her page, and she's going to talk about me and my business.
That is so dope. I hope y'all are listening. This is Hustler's Tip strategy right here. Yeah. You are going in, leaving the comments, searching out people with under the hashtag. Wow. Okay, and so with that, it started just like a snowballing?
Yeah, it was snowballing because I started to find celebrities and influencers, or really celebrities, who I knew identified. So the first one was Tiffany Haddish. Someone told me that she called herself Black Unicorn, or she had just written a book called The Black Unicorn. So immediately I went into her comments. It was a comment of her working out, a picture, and I said, hey, have you ever seen Afro Unicorn before? I created a brand of women of color who hustle, follow the movement. She saw that comment and she said, if you send me this shirt, I'm going to rock the hell out of it. And
you know Tiffany don't play.
And within a week, she was wearing the shirt.
Wow.
And then from there, it was just a snowball. Then it was Alicia Keys started to follow us because someone saw her in her pool on a white unicorn floaty, and they were like, you need to have an Afro unicorn. And I didn't even have floaties then, so talk about manifesting, because now we have Afro unicorn floaties, but that wasn't a thing then. And so she started to follow, and then from there...
so all of this launched, though, because you had those first 28 women. They were spreading the word and ambassadors for you. Yes. Now, were these your friends, or were these people that you worked with? And did you compensate them, or they just felt the movement? Because people want to know.
So these were friends of mine.
Yeah.
And I was there to support them. So on the platform, I'm highlighting who they are and what they do and why people should support them. So they can be a spotlight.
Gotcha.
So it wasn't necessarily that they were posting Afro Unicorn. I was posting who they were. And everyone else in those comments and their friends and stuff, they were like, I want some of that. I want that free promotion. I want someone raving about me. So Afro Unicorn started with raving for other people.
So you were shouting out these other women. At this point, you had T-shirts? Just T-shirts. And then where did it go from there?
So after the shirts, everyone just started to ask me, can I get it on a backpack? Can I have it on a purse? Can I have it on this or that? So through print on demand, I was able to create it on different items early on. And then the children gravitated to it as well.
Yes.
So it was once just empowerment, and now it was all about the representation part of it too. So after a short while with the kids rocking it, there was a viral video, and then the buyer at Walmart reached out to me to create a licensed character brand.
That is amazing. And this is where it all takes a turn. All right, so April, you're moving through this. Your son's out of the hospital. You're doing this. What's going on in your mind right now as you're seeing this thing snowball and blow into something different? Have you quit your job yet, or are you still grinding?
I haven't quit, but I told the women on April 28th, 2019, that Afro Unicorn would be a household name in the worldwide brand.
Come on.
I didn't know how. I didn't even know what licensing was, but I just knew that it was going to be big. So I felt like I was walking in my purpose.
Come on. What was it like when the Walmart person reached out to you? Did you know that they were tracking you? Did you have any idea that someone was watching and like, oh, we might want to get in touch with this young lady?
I had no idea that they were watching, but that year in my journal, from the start of that year, I was writing that by the end of the year, I would land a major retail deal.
Wow.
So every time a manifestation happens, I'm still like, oh my gosh, it happened. Although I'm always manifesting. So it's still that moment. I'm still like, wow, I can't believe that what I wrote down is truly coming to pass. But I wasn't pursuing them. I've never taken a meeting with them. I never pitched them. I just kept writing that it was going to happen.
And so from the start, April 28th, to the Walmart person reaching out, what was that timeline?
2 years.
2 years, you're grinding, you're on social, you're doing things, you're popping up at different festivals or whatever. She talks to you about this character. What takes place then?
So then they take me in, and I become the first Black woman to have a fully licensed character brand in major retail. We expand. Thank you. We expand into 25 different categories, over 500 different SKUs, and I'm in the licensing licensing character space.
So you hadn't heard about licensing. When they mentioned this to you, what was your thought? Did you go and do research? Did you say, hey, listen, okay, this is something, did it seem daunting? Because all of those different SKUs, my goodness, you're everywhere, all like almost overnight, it seems.
Yep, it was very daunting. I called my coach at the time to ask her, like, hey, I'm going to have this meeting with Walmart, and I need to understand what should I ask. And she said at the time, she was like, well, being a Black brand, they're going to probably put you in about 100 to 200 stores, and that's fine because any stores, and they call them doors, any doors is a good amount to start. So I was like, okay, good. So I was on the call with them, and they asked me if I had any questions. I go, well, I do have one. I know you probably won't have the answer. I said, but how many doors are you considering putting me in? I go, well, you're right. We don't have the answer, but at the minimum 1,000.
Good night.
So at that moment, I was like a gut punch. Like the wind came out of me because I'm like, okay.
Right.
How do I prepare? And it ended up being 3,800 doors. But how do I prepare
on the initial run?
On the initial run. But how do I prepare for 1,000? So I had to, once again, sit in the whole imposter syndrome and then realize, no, I'm called to be here. Right. There is a reason, and we're going to figure it out. But it was definitely overwhelming.
Let me ask you, why did you feel in the imposter syndrome? What brought that on if you already see that they're hitting you up right now? What was that?
Because, well, one, not fully understanding how it's going to be marketed. Mm-hmm. I do own an insurance brick and mortar place, and I know how to drive traffic to my one location. I don't know how to drive traffic to 1,000 locations. Yeah. So that was the thing, like, how do we drive the traffic? How are people going to find the product? How are people going to know about the product? So that was like the biggest hesitation for me.
Did you have to do fundraising around this when you got the deal with Walmart? Is that something that they did?
No, I didn't. I probably should have, in retrospect. I was self-funded. But
that way you don't owe anybody, though.
Yeah, but then it's hard to get all the media reach that you need to get, and it's hard to compete against Disney, Marvel, and Nick when they're running multi-million-dollar marketing budgets, and you're not running those types of budgets.
Got you.
So I would say for those that want to get in this space, you got to get your money up to play. It is a pay to play when it comes to this anything in retail when you have to move your products, because the retailer is just a holding spot. They're not marketing your products. And I will say I've been blessed over the years that my retail partners have done some really remarkable marketing opportunities with me, but it still falls on me and the brand owner to actually push your products in retail. I don't know if we're going to go here, but so, now I have a talk show called Magic Makers with April Showers, and it's dedicated for women who have their products in retail so I could tell their stories.
Awesome.
So that they can know the magic behind the maker and understanding what it takes to take an idea from ideation to store shelves, because it is a serious process.
It is a process. You should be doing an academy. Like, for real, I'm so serious. People would pay money just to get that information and that knowledge, April, for real. But okay, so you came up with the different SKUs. How did you decide, okay, after I have just Afro Unicorn, the t-shirt, I'm going to do the book or whatever else? How did you decide you wanted to do the next products?
Once you're into the licensing world, it's a very small knit community where they're all related or they know each other. So if I started in party supplies with 2 licensees, and then they knew the underwear guy, they knew the apparel guy, they knew the shoe guy. So they just tell their friends, like, hey, I have this new character, and maybe you should pick it up. And then it was the retailers. But one that I really want to highlight is my hair care line, and that's Magical Tresses. Both Walmart and CVS emailed me a day apart asking me to create a hair care line for Afro Unicorn.
Talk about walking in your purpose. Come on. Yeah. Wow, that's amazing. All right, so with the licensing, talk to us about that for people who don't understand what licensing is. You have a product, and then when you license it out, you can put that product on different items?
Yes, so when you have intellectual property that you own if it's a character and for Afro Unicorn, then you can license it out. Like I'm looking at these monitors and they're ViewSonic, right?
Yeah.
Say if ViewSonic wants to have an Afro Unicorn monitor. So now ViewSonic will pay me an upfront minimum guarantee, which is the money that I use to market. And then they'll pay me a percentage, which is called a royalty, on each monitor sold that has an Afro Unicorn logo on it.
Wow. And so the licensing world is just, it seems like it's limitless.
Yes. Because there's, I mean, any product can turn into a licensed product.
So which areas are best for what you've seen for your growth with Afro Unicorn? Has it been the hair care line?
Yes, the hair care line is the #1 selling Black-owned hair care line for textured kids. So yes, Magical Tresses.
Come on, Magical Tresses.
And then also the books. So I'm an author and I have 8 children's books.
Yes.
And those also, because that tells a story and that brings people into the world. I call my world Afronia. That brings people into the world of Afronia. But the next biggest thing, what I really desperately need is the content. So I need a show.
Well,
so
you have your show.
No, I have my show, but the unicorns need their cartoon.
Oh,
they
absolutely.
need their animated
and
show.
with everything going on right now with verticals and all the short form, you can really master that. That would be amazing.
Shout out to Joy Brown in the room who's been telling me that for the last 3 months.
Joy, stick on her. Come on now. That is awesome. All right, so you have all these different SKUs. You're in Walmart. You're in CVS. Where do you go now with Afro Unicorn? If you have your show coming, okay, but what next? What does it look like next for you in the future?
Honestly, I've been so focused on building my personal brand of April Showers. Not that I'm not working on Afro Unicorn, but really until I get that content piece moving, it's hard to compete against Disney when they drop Wicked 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So in order to maintain with them, I have to get a motion picture, a cartoon, something big has to happen. So
and we're going to manifest that right now.
Yes,
we're going to put it out there. Yes, I don't see why not. I mean, this is the prime opportunity, and the door is open. There's no one in this lane.
Well, the problem was 2025 when someone came into office and chopped diversity, equity, and inclusion.
We'll leave that. We'll take a big sigh.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll leave that there.
So, but I do see. I now see the light.
Okay.
I now see the light this year. Like this year to me is way better than where we were last year. I think everyone was just caught up in the, oh my goodness, it's a lot happening. Now people are like, the dust has settled. They're like, wait a minute, it was a lot of smoke and mirrors happening.
Right.
So we still need all the things. We still need diversity. We still need equity. We still need inclusion. We still need to be able to be seen. So it's not going anywhere. But I was knocked off my chair last year. Let's just say that.
Wow. And so, what did you find solace in during that time when you were feeling like, okay, what's happening? What did you go to?
The messages from people that kids, moms, telling me how much this brand means to them. Yeah. And I've always said, just in general with my life, the moment I stop inspiring others is the day I quit. But as long as I'm inspiring others, I'm going to keep going.
Absolutely. I mean, I've seen the party supplies. I saw your hair stuff. I went on your page and just saw you. You were in CVS. Okay, I'm over here. I have this. I have that. That is amazing. That is such an inspirational story from a sister girl who built this just on the love of saying, hey, I am different. I'm an Afro unicorn.
Yes, ma'am.
And there's so much more to go.
Yes, ma'am.
What would you say to a business owner right now if they were starting out and they wanted to start licensing? What's step number 1 for them?
You have to get it trademarked. So whatever it is, you have to get it trademarked. So that is step 1. For me, my first steps were trademark and accounting.
Girl, they're accounting. You got that accounting gonna hold you down. All right.
Yeah. So that was the first, and then you have to put yourself in those spaces. So you have to attend the Licensing Expo, which is in Vegas every year. There's one in London. There's other small shows. If you go on my website, IamAprilShowers.com, and join my free collective, I have a free guide that tells you like the 5 things you need to do if you want to get into this space and where you need to show up.
Listen, I'm about to come up with a character. I got to come up with something. I'm so inspired by it. I think it's amazing, and it's something unique you don't hear about a lot. Is there room? Is it a stiff competition for people who are trying to get in?
No. So again, I'm the first Black woman to have a fully licensed character brand in retail. So there's a lot of room. There's a lot of room.
But you were saying, okay, because this person will connect you with that one and that one. Will it?
So I will say that the industry is tight.
Okay.
And so the only way for you to really break into it is to have a brand that has that community draw in.
Gotcha.
And you show up. You gotta be in these places. You gotta have. Today's probably one of the few days where you don't see me wearing my character, but for most days I'm wearing my character. I mean, I have my bag has my character on it, so that actually does count. But I never leave home without my brand. So I'm a walking billboard. So when I go to these places, I have to show up as Afro Unicorn. A lot of times luck is about, of course, being prepared. So when you have that trademark, you got everything, your ducks in the row. When the opportunity comes, you're ready. But you have to put yourself in a position to be seen.
Come on. That's a word right there, because some folks just want it. Okay, I did this, and then they're done.
Yeah.
No, the grind continues.
You gotta get outside.
Gotta get outside. All right, so talk to us about what you do when you're outside. Off work. What's relaxation for you?
I love to walk. Whenever I need clarity, I go outside. I ask God to give me some clarity, and I either get a hawk that will appear, or lately ducks flying over my head, or the blue jay that would just come sit on my balcony and look at me. So I love to get out in nature. I love to walk. I journal. So every day I write down the 3 major things that I want to happen in my life, followed by the 10 things that I'm grateful for, because it's so much in gratitude. When you put it out there, what you're grateful for, then you can start to receive other things. And then I do 1 daily goal. Like, this is what I want to happen for today.
I love that. I love that. All right. And so for the future, we're going to have your movie. You're going to have your content. What else is there that you desire?
So the biggest thing I desire is my retirement plan, which is just public speaking and promoting my books.
I love it.
My actual books. My books teaching you how to manifest. So that's what I'm working on now.
I think you are a walking billboard testimony of a manifestation for real. But you also have your Afro Unicorn books, and I thought it was so cool because you did. Last time I talked to you, it was the golden books.
Yes, I had little
golden books that were traditional books that we grew up on back in the day. You had an Afro. I was just so impressed with that because I loved golden books as a kid.
Yeah, and that was I manifested that too.
Meaning what?
Meaning I was at Barnes and Noble. I saw the little golden book. I picked it up. I told my son, Jesse, I want an Afro Unicorn golden book. And then the publisher, who is Random House, when they reached out to me and they told me what they wanted to do and the types of books that they wanted to do, I didn't even know that Random House was the publisher for Little Golden Books. As soon as I found out, I was like, oh, and what about Little Golden Book? They were like, okay. So that's how that happened.
That is amazing. The story just is fascinating to me. I love the licensing aspect of it all. I love that you are so open and sharing that information as well. Tell us once again how we can reach you and join your academy or your class or whatever you have going on.
You can find me on Instagram at GotAprilShowers, and my website is IamAprilShowers.com.
And have you thought about developing another character outside of Afro Unicorn?
Yeah, I have. So there's a whole nother show we didn't talk about, but I have the Miss April's Crown and Bookstore.
Okay, wait, we got to talk about all of it. Miss April is what now?
Miss April's Crown and Bookstore.
This is a whole...
It's a show that it's already out there. I've filmed. It's with 4 young girls who own their own shops. One owns a boutique and a furniture store and a bakery and a beauty salon. And it's all about me teaching them the entrepreneurship journey. They come to me and Magical, my character from Afro Unicorn, to get advice. I have an affirmation mirror that's a magical mirror that affirms to them
I love that.
whatever their issue or problem is for that day. And then I tell them, go back, figure it out. And they use their critical thinking skills and they figure it out. And then at the end of the show, they come back to tell Magical and I that they got it done. We celebrate them and then we crown them.
And how do we promote this?
So you can find that on Afro Unicorn TV on YouTube.
This
Miss
girl
April's
is
Crown and Bookstore.
Miss April's Crown and Bookstore.
So that's the other character. I want to be the character.
I get it.
I want to be licensed. I want the April Showers line, and not just the Miss April, but I feel like I could be the next what's her name, Jessica Simpson or Martha Stewart or.
Girl.
So, yeah.
Okay, and you're doing that, and I'm a tag team right behind you, okay? Why not?
Why not?
Why not? The world is open. I say go for it and make it happen.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, April, for stopping by.
Thank you for
having me. We've been trying to do
me.
this online forever, y'all, and this whole situation came on, but we've been texting back and forth on IG, and I just love your journey and what you're doing for real, and I need that academy happening.
Gonna work on it.
Okay, we're gonna hold you to it. All right, before you go, give us some words of encouragement to somebody who might be starting a business or maybe transitioning out of a particular career. Give us some words that can uplift them.
So my motto in life is all gas, no brakes. And also, believing in yourself is the greatest superpower of all. So once you believe, once you get a vision, hold on to it. And then with everything that you have, you go all gas, no brakes. Even if what you want is on the other side of a brick wall, you got to go straight through that wall.
Perfect. That's it. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.